So it's raining and thundering tonight. I hope you can hear it from outside the window, but I got all these guys joining me as I enjoy the subtle sounds of the rain. It's been a consistent thunderstorm the last few days here, and this tends to come with the spring because the spring comes around, jolts in faster than a speeding bullet seemingly, because not too long ago we had the invading snow coming in from this gigantic storm from up north, worked its way down here, and snowed us in for a couple days. Then March came in like a lion, spring came with it faster than a speeding bullet, and now it's raining all the time, and that's generally how it goes here. Bar none, when spring and summer come around, it's gonna be raining all the time. And rain is the one type of weather that I sometimes like a little more than snow. Now, most of the time I like snow the most, but sometimes you get me in the right setting and everything's laid out, relaxed, it's thundering outdoors, and if it's not dark out, then the clouds cover up most of the rays of the sun. And you hear that pitter-patter of rain with thunder sprinkled in. And it's just so beautiful to me. There's nothing more relaxing, more satiating, more sedating, calming than the presence of the pattering rain interspliced with its good old friend, the thunder. I love it. I really do. And tonight, I got all these guys joining me because, unfortunately, they're scared of the rain and the thunder. You know, when they don't have me to relax them here, they can get a little anxious, and that's always the worst part about it. It's the way the animals react to the weather. You know, I can sit here and I can be calmed by it, find it serene, serendipitous, and enjoyable. But these guys that I've put all this care into raising and taking care of, when they find it unpleasant, it can become difficult for me. Because I care about how these guys feel at the end of the day. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to take care of them. I mean, I'd feel like I kind of have to, because it's an animal that I'm around, and if nobody else is going to take care of it, then I have to. That's just sort of my approach to animals, because they don't choose to be here. That's the thing. We choose to make them. And in that sense, all of these guys are just kind of enslaved to us, like, at our will. I remember back when Bert was alive, there'd be so many times when I wanted to kill myself. And the reason I didn't was because I'd look him straight away, right there, staring me down. And he needed fed. Or he needed me to pet him, he needed me to walk him, he needed me to tend to him somehow. He needed water. And I knew that I had to stay alive because he would need me. And it was really, really difficult when I lost that dog. Because when he stopped needing me as much as he did, things became really difficult. You know, that anchor that I had keeping me here, keeping me, wanting to be alive, it's like it was suddenly gone. And even though it's been over a year since he died, I oftentimes still grieve for him. I think the grief that I felt was so consistent and so prolonged. The fact that I was grieving for him just the other day, it's been so prolonged and so consistent that I think it's something akin to having lost a child, you know? I don't know what else I could compare it to besides having lost a child. And, oh wow. I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is really picked up out there. It started getting really strong and intense. Hey, little guy. But it was really hard after I lost him. Like, trying to figure out how I was gonna go on and what I was gonna do. But there's a certain innocence that you see in these defenseless creatures where, you know, they were bred or made for our enjoyment. Essentially, like, that's the only purpose of these guys' existence. And so, they look at us with such innocence and trust, because they were bred to be trusting of us. And when I see that, I can't help but feel like I have a certain duty to do right by them. And now the light's been flickering in here. Yeah, you can't really see what's going on out there, but it's intense. I guess I ought to check the window in the other room, make sure it's closed. I guess it is closed. What? Had to turn the light off because it wouldn't stop flickering. And now these guys are all just crowding over here because the only source of light is coming from my phone. It really is a loud sound emitting from out there. It's a loud sound. But as I was saying, you know, you get these defenseless creatures that were essentially bred for. Oh, there goes the power. Power's out. I saw it go out right when that internet that internet over there, the lights went off, and that means the power's out, as the lights to that internet went off. And this is one intense storm, ain't it? But now you see these poor defenseless animals, and to me it only, like, you have a duty to do right by them. If you do anything less, then like you're doing a disservice to the position that you're in, to yourself, to the animals. And when I see them looking at me like that, with that look of trust that just about every domesticated animal gives a human, I can't help but feel like I can't abuse this position. I can't let them down. I can't do wrong by them. I gotta do the right thing. Well, that's how I feel when I see animals like this, at least. Thank fucking God. I charged this external battery like 2 days ago, and then didn't use it.